strategy of prefixes. So I'm going to play this, and I want you to listen to what a prefix is.
Prefixes. A prefix is a word part at the beginning of a word. You can separate a prefix, such as UN or DIS, from the root word. Find text evidence. I'm not sure what the word unhappy means. I know that happy means to feel good about something. The prefix UN means not. I think the word means not happy.
Okay, so a prefix.
Tim was unhappy.
Sorry, Dave read the example. Tim is unhappy. So a prefix is a word part at the beginning of a word. So Mrs. Murphy wants to do this PowerPoint because this is actually a little bit more in depth than our book about prefixes. So if you look at this, it looks like a puzzle. We have our root word or our main word, and then we have our prefix. And a prefix is just a word part. And we put it in front of the word. So welcome to Puzzle Mania Convention. We love puzzles. And we love learning new words. Parts of words fit together just like pieces of a puzzle. So, this is the word, this is example they used in our book. Happy. We know what happy means. This is our root word. However, if we put the word on in front of it, like they did in our book, what does this prefix or this word part on, what do you think that means? Ellie? Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have bumped it. Thanks. Sorry, I must have bumped. Sometimes if I bump it with my clothing even, it moves it. Ellie, what do you think it means? Unhappy.
Unhappy means that you're not happy.
You're not happy. You're right. So if I put the word un in front of a root word, it changes the whole meaning of it. It means not. You're like not happy. So you're unhappy, you're not happy. Brooklyn.
The people you wrote down would be able to go up there to read today.
No, I said the people I wrote in my book is for next week when we read. Yeah, not today, but next week. Okay, so prefixes go at the beginning of the word and it changes the meaning of the word. But guys, sometimes we have a part that is added to the end. And that's no longer a prefix, but that's going to be called a suffix. For example, if I have the word teach, like Mrs. Murphy's teaching right now, if I add to the end of it to make it teach-er, what do you think that means, Ingrid?
That means you're like a teacher.
Yeah, it's a person who teaches, right? Like a teacher. Just like a worker. You guys know what it means to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you become a worker, you're a person that works. Okay? Lewis,
If you like me,
did I create this? Yes.
I got another.
The root word, or the base word, is the most basic part of the word. It has meaning and can be used all on its own. Okay, so the root word has meaning and can be left alone, and it makes sense. It makes the word. Carson, would you please put those back? So happy, turn, and possible. Those are all root words. Now, Mrs. Murphy just said, an affix is one or more letters that can be added to the front of the word or the back of the word. So we call it an affix. Now, if it's a prefix, it's in the front. If it's a suffix, it's in the back. So prefixes are in the front, suffixes are in the back.
Happy teacher.
So this is in the front, that's a prefix. Un is a prefix, is a suffix. Front of the word, back of the word. Okay? Addie?
If you switch tapping on
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense, right? You couldn't put on at the end of the word, right? It wouldn't make sense.
Or he, have.
Right. That would make sense.
Well, it would make sense. My teacher is happy.
Right, if you put it in a sentence like that, right? Lewis.
You see here. You get happy there and unhappy there. Unhappy teacher.
An unhappy teacher. We don't like those unhappy teachers, do we?
No.
All right, last thing, Brooklyn.
If you do this. If you put teacher and the happy teacher.
Unhappy or a happy teacher.
If you just put.
I like happy teacher better than
and then
unhappy
you put-
teacher.
And then you use that.
Hey.
And
Okay,
then
now affixes at the front of the root word again are called prefixes. So here's an example. Return.
we can
If I have to, like today, you're going to return your library books. You're going to turn them in again.
return your test.
Unhappy means not happy. Mistrust means you do not trust. So miss means not. And we're going to learn that today on our worksheet. So a prefix changes the whole meaning of the root word. Now, an affix at the back of the root word is called a suffix. So for example, turned. We guys know that's net of ed. If I turned in my book, what does that mean, John?
Oh, that is a baseball.
Turned in my book.
You have read a page and turn the other page.
You've already done it, right? You've already done it. Or badly, if something happened badly, it happened in a bad way. Okay? So a suffix changes the meaning of the root word also. Now here is the way that Mrs. Murphy remembers it sometimes, is that a prefix is at the front of a root word because P comes before S in the alphabet. So prefix is in the front of the word because it's at the beginning of the alphabet. S, suffix, is at the end of the alphabet, so that comes at the end of the word. Okay, so if you ever forget prefix, where does that go on the root word? Remember, P comes before S. Okay? So P comes before S in the alphabet.
They're only 2 letters apart.
They are only 2 letters apart. Now, when you add a prefix or a suffix to a root word, it becomes a new word. So return
Hey, I just
means that we brought it back, we returned it again. Turned means it already happened. So don't leave a space between the prefix or the suffix in the root word. It's like a puzzle, they just join together. Okay, so here's some examples. Okay? Dishonest. Dis means not or the opposite of. So if you're dishonest, that means you're not honest. Okay? It's like the opposite of being honest. Okay? Alright, we're going to play Let's Puzzle Out the Meaning of the Words by learning about prefixes. Dis means not. So if I put disagree, raise your hand if you know what disagree means. Raylan?
Like, you don't agree with
You do not agree. Good job. So we're going to say you do not agree. So if you disagree, you do not agree. What about dislike?
Oh,
Ellie, what does dislike mean? You do not like. Good job. If you disobey, what does that mean, Tyson?
you're not listening.
Yep, you're not obeying. You're not listening. Good job. Now, Jack and Helen always disagree about everything. So Eli, if they're disagreeing, what are they doing?
They're not listening.
They're not agreeing, they're not listening, they might be fighting. So disagree means they're not agreeing. So dis means not. Re means again. So if I have the root word build, like you guys built a snowman yesterday, when we get more snow, what are you guys gonna have to do?
Again.
Build it again. So if you have to build it again, you're gonna have to rebuild it, right? You're gonna have to rebuild it.
In the winter.
Or Mrs. Murphy sometimes makes you fix something on your papers and you write something and I don't think it's quite right. What am I gonna make you do? Rewrite it. You're gonna have to do it again. You're gonna have to rewrite it. Or we might read something, we don't understand it. We might have to read it a second time and we have to do it again. We're going to reread. Good job. We're gonna reread. Or mix. Maybe we're making some cookies and it's still clumpy and you might have to remix. Good job. Do it again. Remix it. Okay. Please rebuild the puzzle. Rebuild means again.
It looks like Squidward. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
No, it looks like Patrick. Means not, or sometimes it means the opposite of. So, if I have tie, you guys, most of you have your shoes tied, but if they come untied, that means that they're not tied anymore. Oh, we did this one already today, but happy. Everybody show me happy. Show me happy. Now show me unhappy. That's not or the opposite of being happy. And lock.
Unlock.
The opposite of unlock or of lock is unlock. Good job. So here's our example. Sally was unhappy because she lost a piece of the puzzle.
It actually is a sound effect.
Unhappy
Why
because she lost a piece of the puzzle.
I couldn't see any eyeballs.
That's why she's crying.
I got 2 questions. We'll see if you can all get them right. Quiz time. All right. So don't shout the answer yet. Think it. Don't say it until I tell you to say it. What is the meaning of the prefix re? So what does re mean? Does it mean A not, B one, or C again? Think it, don't say it. On the count of 3, when I say it, you're going to say A, B, or C. 1, 2, 3, say it. C. Good job. It does mean again. So re means again. All right. Oh, that was the only one. Okay. That was a short quiz.